Hello everyone and welcome back to My Opinion. In this video, we're reviewing the first T20I taking place between Zimbabwe and India. India have won this match with 7 wickets in hand. Let's get into this review. Starting off with the playing 11s for India, I'd said that I would play Harsh Dubey ahead of Shivam Dubey, and they went with Shivam Dubey at number 7. I thought if they were going to drop someone, it'd be Ravi Bishnoi since Harsh Dubey can bat at number 8, but they didn't go with that. And according to me, and I mentioned this in the preview as well, where you've omitted Kunal Pandya, who I thought had a better batting and bowling season than Harsh Dubey in the IPL. I think he's a better batsman in white ball cricket than Harsh Dubey. Harsh Dubey can bat, but I think his batting in white ball cricket, we've not seen much of that. So if you're trying to groom him as a finger spinning all-rounder and you're not giving him a chance to bat at 7 against Zimbabwe, I don't understand that. Shivam Dubey is someone where even in 120 odd innings, in this case, he went at 8 and over. So if you're giving him 4 overs because he can bat, but you're not grooming the guy who you picked ahead of other experienced players in terms of that finger spinning around the role, then I don't have anything to say about that. Apart from that, they went with the 11 that I expected them to go with. And Zimbabwe, first off, I thought that the toss decision, it played into their hands because I said if they win the toss, they've got to bat first. If they score 170, India chase it down. Zimbabwe have done well, and India chose to field, so I thought it did play in Zimbabwe's hands. But one thing I did say was that I expected Marumani to open the batting, and he's the one who played Mayank the best out of their batsmen, according to me, and I was surprised he batted at number 7. I thought he would open the batting, and Ben Curran is an opener. He'd be batting out of position at 4, but the reason why I said he should bat at 4 is to delay the entry point of Sikandar Raza, where mind you, he should not walk out within the first 4 overs. And when Mayank was bowling, or when all these 3 India seamers were bowling that back of a length, we saw that Sikandar Raza had walked out too early, I think within the first 4 overs, and he was dismissed early. So I think Sikandar Raza 5, then you got Ryan Bell 6. And I said that Wesley Madhavray is not a power hitter, and he scored 39, it was 64 for 5. They took it to 125, but that wasn't going to win a match. And I said Wellington Masakadza is the second spinner for Zimbabwe, along with Sikandar Raza, and I thought it played. They left him out, maybe they could include him. And I think in terms of the other selections, they correctly selected the left-arm seamer Namhuri. He went for runs in this match, but I thought he bowled somewhat quickly. And I think in future, when they sort of groom him further, he could bowl at the first change rather than Ryan Bell, who went for runs in his first over because he's not quick. And that's the reason why I think it was a correct decision that they played the left-arm seamer. I won't say that in terms of criticism of Zimbabwe, I won't criticize them much because the moment Brian Bennett was dismissed early, I knew it was going to be difficult for them to compete in this match. From 64 for 5, they did what they could to get 125. And even in the bowling, Blessing Muzarabani was hitting at back of a length, the same length that Mayank Yadav was hitting. But I think that the moment that one big over came in the second over, then Zimbabwe were not going to win this match. I'm not going to say much about that. And for India, I'd say, looking at their bowling performance, I thought Prince Yadav would bowl the second over. And we've seen in the previous cases, I think in the ODI side where I've said where when the main bowlers are back, Prince Yadav should be at first change. And in this case, he should have bowled the second over because Ashok Sharma, he bowls quickly, but is he a new bowler as of now? From what we've seen in the IPL, he didn't bowl in the first 2 overs either. So I thought he would bowl the first change, and that's why I thought, especially in this context, he went for runs. But I thought in some times he still bowled low, hitting that back of a length. From the next match, I think Prince Yadav should bowl the second over. And on Mayank Yadav, I think this performance, it proves that they've been mentioning the transition phase and the difference between the ODI, or they've been saying transition in every format. But the difference between the other options they've been including and Mayank Yadav is that the only thing about Mayank Yadav is he's injury prone because of his bowling action. And after this series, you don't know when he's going to play. He may pick up an injury. But if they help him adjust his length according to the surface, then I think that in terms of ability, we know what Mayank Yadav's ability is. So if they adjust his bowling action, they modify his bowling action, and he sort of gets the ability to adjust his length to help him with that, then is there a need to sort of really go through this grooming phase in terms of really try to give him many opportunities to see how he will do? Because you know that a fully fit Mayank Yadav, you know now what he can do. You've seen it in the IPL briefly, you've seen it in this case as well. But you're comparing to some options in the ODI team where you only got 1 year until the ODI World Cup, and they're going through a transition phase, giving bowlers many opportunities, and with all due respect, are they going to perform half as well as a fully fit Mayank Yadav? No, they aren't. So I think it's about, you've got Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Mohammad Shami, who they've not been picking. If there were 4 years to go until the World Cup, and let's say after the 2027 World Cup, if all those players retire, you're looking for a transition phase, then that's different from now, and you only got 1 year till that, and you've got those players available, you're not picking them, and the bowlers who you are including are not doing what, even if they perform at their best as of now, are they going to be half of a fully fit Mayank Yadav? No, they aren't. So I think the transition phase is where the players who you pick shouldn't need to be advised that much. If they aren't that much of a finished article in the 1 year before a World Cup, I think you've got to reevaluate that. They won't do that, but I think this Mayank Yadav performance suggests that, well, once again, it shows that when you're saying transition, if you're willingly not picking experienced players, then I think it shows you've got to be careful in your selections. And we've seen that despite the other players in the ODI side have bowled well at times, they're not to the level of Mayank Yadav at this point in time. And I'll say this again. I thought Harsh Dubey would get a chance in this match, even though they bowled 4 overs. But if you're not grooming a finger-spinning all-rounder when you picked him ahead of Krunal Pandya, and Akshar Patel's not playing this series, and I don't understand that. He should also be getting a batting chance at number 7 in this case. And Vaibhav Suryavanshi scored 50 of 19, and it's not a surprise to me, where I said this after the 5th T20I versus England as well, where if you're dropping him for one match, he's going on the Zimbabwe tour. Sanju Samson is not. If Sanju Samson had scored in that match, are you going to make a modification to the squad? So I don't know why they dropped him for that match when they were going to play him in this case. And it's not a surprise the way that he played, where I thought Blessing was Rabbani hit the hard length ball from the second over, especially there was a shot that there was a shorter delivery that he hit over cover, I think the 6 of Richard and Garava. So he played very well in this match. And I don't think there's much else to say about this match. Abhishek Sharma, I thought Blessing was Rabbani bowled the hard length ball, so he was dismissed. Apart from that, no one struggled much. So in terms of a preview, I won't be putting out a separate preview because all the matches are taking place at this venue. For Zimbabwe, Maramani has got to open the batting, Ryan Balfour. So today's the entry of Sikandar Raza, and they could include Wellington Masakadza in the 11. And for India, I don't think they are going to make a change to this 11, but I would like to see how they get an opportunity at some point in the series and also bats at number 7. Apart from that, there's nothing else to say for India or Zimbabwe. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe, share, friends. This is my opinion.